There are two assignments in this course that are not tied to kind of the regular weekly schedule that I described in the first of these nuts and bolts videos. One of them is kind of tied to it. It's an integration paper. The very last discussion that we'll have this semester will be over what have you learned from this experience. And I'm going to ask you to write a paper, a brief reaction paper, 3 pages or so, I think, where you'll have an opportunity to kind of react and say, here's what I've learned, here are some important things I've learned in this course this semester. You'll write that, it'll be shared with the other people that are in your group. Everybody will read everybody else's papers, and they will serve as the basis for discussion for that week. That's the integration paper that you find described in the syllabus. But the bigger project is the course project that's described on page 3 of the syllabus. I think a course like this is more than simply about academics. It's more than simply about learning about a topic and doing readings and figuring out what's happening out there in the world. There's also very much a personal application piece to it. And a lot of that personal application I know will come during our weekly discussions, but some of it I think also can come through this course project. So what I would like for you to do in this course project is to design your own project wherein you will collect data on your own life and your own experiences that are related to your family, and that you'll analyze that data and that you will write it up in an 8 to 10 page paper. Now I know that may sound rather daunting, but I don't think it has to be. Let me give you a couple of examples just based upon some of the things that other students have done. You could, for example, track your cell phone use with family members over the course of a week. You could see, who do you call and how long are your calls when you call them, and who do you text and how many texts do you make, and do you text a particular member of your family more than others, and then based upon all of this data that you've gathered, what does it say to you about the way in which your family communication is influenced by texting and phoning and that form of communication. Or you could take a look at over, say, a course of a week or something like that, various means in which you stay in touch with people. And do you tend to stay in touch with people more through Facebook or through Twitter or through texting or through phone calls, or how do you stay in touch with people? And so, you may have a pretty good idea about that already, but what this is saying is, okay, I'm going to collect some data and take a look at that. Or what some other people have done is simply interview other family members about how they view technology in their lives. So maybe they interview each, a parent or a sibling or several different people and say, okay, so how does technology influence our life as a family? And how, what do you think it does for us that's good, and what do you think we ought to change about the way in which we use various forms of electronic technology? Or I have had a few students, and in fact one of the papers that you'll have this semester is actually one that a student did for this particular project. It's called Anonymous. So I've had some students who have said, I'm going to live without my cell phone for a week and just keep a diary of what goes on during that time. And that can be a very informative experience. The point of this is it's wide open to you. You have a lot of choices as to what you can do, but it needs to be something that is data-based, so you're collecting data on your own experience, and it needs so that this isn't a paper that really is about going to the library and looking up sources. It's about reporting on experiences in your own life. If you have questions about this as you're thinking about this project, as you're designing this project, please get in touch with me, because I can help you in terms of designing the project. I can help you if you have questions about, does this fit what you're really looking for, and I really want to encourage you to contact me about that.